All right, so when we get behind this guy, there's like a lot of stuff that we can do. First, we're gonna go very basic. And when I was in college, there's this thing called top and bottom wrestling, okay? This applies to jiu-jitsu too, especially when you're doing like ADCC rule set stuff. This just means a lot of guys think wrestling is just taking the guy down on the mat, which is kind of bullshit. It's also pinning and mat returning. So my favorite mat return is called the ankle bite, okay? That's where we get up here, and I start to trap this guy's ankle and knee, and then we can start to come out here. This one is very efficient versus like the lift and return, which I actually don't really do personally. Again, I wrestled heavyweight, and lots of guys are like fucking huge. So I'm not really lifting them because it's a waste of energy. So we got behind this guy. His hips are really strong, okay? So we're gonna start to step out to the side. Notice I'm using an S grip. Me and Jad talked about this. The reason that I use this is because I know that I wanna get to one side, right? And when I do the gable, it's a little bit too tight for me to be able to like move. So it's just a difference in mobility. You might be able to do the gable grip and feel just fine. Do it if you want, it's totally fine, it's not wrong. I do the S grip. Most of the time I do the S grip, okay? And I move my hand to the opposite hip here, because eventually I'm gonna be shoveling this opposite hip down, okay? So I'm here, I step. Now my first foot is gonna step in front, and I'm gonna take my heel to my back knee. So I'm gonna try to connect my heel and my knee here. Now his leg is trapped. At the same time, I pushed forward and I posted just to keep myself from falling, okay? So I'm bringing my hands to the opposite hip, and I'm stepping out to the front, okay? Hands to the opposite hip, stepping out to the front. As I step out in front, I'm gonna try to connect my heel to my knee. As I start to go down, I'm shoveling at his hip. You guys see that? And then I'm gonna post with this hand. So I shovel and post, okay? That way I don't just fall over. So I shovel and post, and I keep my knees tight here. The reason I do this is if this guy starts to run forward, I can follow him, right? If my knees are loose, Jack can just kick out. Does it make sense? I got behind, I step out to the side. I step to the front, I'm gonna bring my heel to my knee. I'm gonna shovel down, I'm gonna post, and I wanna keep my knees tight, and I'm gonna come here. I'm not too worried about the leg lock right now, because if he tries to force it, it's pretty easy for me to take his back, okay? So for now, I just want you guys to get here. Once you guys get here, just switch, okay? But the big thing is, when you're down here, guys, knees tight. I want you guys to ask your partner to try to escape. So Jad, try to go forward. They shouldn't be able to when we're doing this drill. So over here, S grip, come out to the front, step, push, tight. He can't go nowhere.
Good. Good.
So far, we wrestled 3 matches. They've all ended.